Hey everyone, welcome to our next installment of Just Shy of Sanity. We are today going to tell more stories that kind of revolve around Christmas, spooky ones. I hope you'll join us as we tell these tales. So, curl up, hopefully, enjoy this video, and maybe consider liking and following. At least like the video. Because if you don't, Bill's going to come visit you tonight. Just saying. All right. Let's get to our first story. Our first story is Krampus, Night Visitor. December 5th, Krampusnacht. While Santa's checking his list for good kids, Krampus is out hunting the bad ones. Horns like a demon ram, chains dragging behind him, that long dripping tongue, and the sack big enough to fit a whole naughty child, or maybe even two. In the old days, parents straight up warned you, act up, and the Christmas devil comes calling. Birch switches for whipping, stuff you in the bag, drag you off to hell. No coal, straight fire. But this one night, this one visit, flipped the script. There was a little girl named Anna, sweet as they come. Helped out around the house, never talked back, always shared. Her parents, total opposite. Dad, angry drunk, short fuse, shady with money. Mom, vicious tongue, selfish to the bone. Took it out on Anna behind closed doors. But Anna stayed pure. That Krampusnacht, wind howling, family asleep, then scratching on the roof, heavy hoods, chains clanking down the chimney, a crash in the living room. Anna peeked out, saw the massive shadow moving fast, heard muffled screams, her parents, thuds, rustle of the sack, then nothing. Morning light, Anna tiptoes downstairs, tree strip bare, plate of cookies untouched, milk still full. Parents? Well, they were gone. They just vanished. There wasn't any blood, no signs of a fight, just an empty house. On the kitchen table, one note with jagged handwriting, like scratched with charcoal. The child is spared for now. Bad blood runs deep. Watch her closely. I'll be back next year. So tell me, who's really been the naughty one in your house this year? Sleep tight, folks. Krampus, well, he's still out there.
On Strap, the Christmas Scarecrow. If Krampus didn't scare you straight, meet his quieter cousin from across the border in Alsace, France. On Strap, the Christmas Scarecrow. Not some fairy tale monster, based on a real guy. A greedy knight from the 1400s, obsessed with power, wealth, and even dabbled in the dark arts. The Pope excommunicated him, lost everything, went mad in exile. Legend says he disguised himself as a scarecrow, stuffed with straw, robe hanging loose, hat pulled low, and waited in the frozen fields for naughty children to wander by. Because Hans? He developed a taste for little boys. One winter night, in a small village nestled in the snowy hills, a boy named Lucas, spoiled rotten, lied constantly, stole from his siblings, tormented the neighbors' kids. His parents warned him, "Be good, or Hans' trap will come dragging through the snow." Lucas laughed it off. That night, heavy frost on the windows. Family asleep. Then, outside, a slow scraping sound, like dry straw dragging against the packed snow. Shh, shh. Closer to the house, Lucas froze in bed. Heard it stop right under his window. A low, raspy breath. Then, nothing. Morning came. Village in panic. Lucas? Gone. Window pried open from outside. Straw scattered on the floor. They followed the drag marks through the snow, deep into the barren fields. Found the scarecrow, still standing, but now its belly was bulging, fresh red soaking through the burlap. They cut it open. Inside, Lucas. One massive bite taken clean out of his stomach, and hanging from the scarecrow's straw arm, like a twisted Christmas gift, Lucas's own arm, stuffed into a red stocking. Hans Strap doesn't whip or bag kids. He waits, silent, patient, and when he takes you, he leaves a little something behind for the family. So if you hear that dragging in the snow this Christmas, better hope it's just the wind.
The Christmas Intruder. Alright, enough old world monsters with horns and straw. Let's talk about something that doesn't need legends, something that actually happens, like today. The Christmas Intruder. It was December 23rd, a normal suburban family. Mom, dad, 2 kids, house decorated top to bottom. Tree glowing in the living room, presents piling up. They started hearing things, little noises, at first, usually at night. Creaks overhead like footsteps, but softer. Careful dad checked the attic. Nothing. There was absolutely nothing up there, just boxes of old ornaments, dusty insulation, old house settling. He said, but noises kept coming. Especially when the family was downstairs laughing, wrapping gifts, watching movies, scrapping. A faint cough, now and then, would appear out of nowhere. Food started vanishing, leftovers from the fridge, cookies off the counter. They'd just be gone overnight, no crumbs, nothing. The kids blamed each other. Then, Christmas Eve showed up. The family gathered around the tree. The kids started ripping open presents. Laughter started echoing, and up above, in the attic, he watched. A man. Is he homeless? Is he a runaway? No one knows how he got in. Maybe months ago, through an unblocked crawl space, he had been living up there, quiet as a ghost, eating their scraps, drinking from the bathroom sink at 3 a.m., watching through the floorboards as they lived their perfect holiday. Staring down at the family right above their heads. He never made a sound when it mattered. Until that night, the board creaked too loud. Dad looked up, went for the attic ladder, pulled it down, climbed up with a flashlight, and then the beam caught him, crouched in the corner, surrounded by stolen wrappers and empty cans, eyes wide, staring back. He didn't run. He didn't even fight, just whispered, "Christmas." Police found him, and then they took him away. But the family? Well, as you can guess, they moved out the next week, because every creak now, every shadow, you realize, how long was he really there watching you sleep, watching you celebrate? And how do you know your attic's empty right now? I'd probably go check it. Probably tonight, before you hang those stockings.
Frau Perchta, Belly Slitter. We've gone from devils and scarecrows to watchers in our own homes, but the darkest ones come from before all that. Deep in the frozen Alps, older than Santa, older than Christmas itself. They call her Frau Perchta, the Belly Slitter. Sometimes she appears as a beautiful woman with flowing silver hair gliding through the blizzard. Other times, twisted, furry hide, iron nose, and a long knife tucked under her cloak. During the 12 nights between Christmas and Epiphany, she roams with her wild hunt, rewards the diligent drop silver coins in the shoes of those who spun all their flax, cleaned the house, worked hard. But the lazy, the ones who left chores undone, she comes from them personally. Long ago, in an isolated mountain hut, a young woman named Elise, idle, avoided the spinning wheel all year, feasted while others toiled, laughed at the old warnings. Finish your work by the 12th night, her grandmother said, or Perchta will slit your belly. Elise rolled her eyes, curled up warm by the fire. The final night, storm raging, shutters rattling. Then, at the door, the scratch. Scratch, scratch. Long nails dragging down the wood. Slow, patient. Scratch, scratch, scratch. The latch lifted by itself. Cold rushed in. Elise bolted upright. There stood Perchta, but eyes dead, cold. She moved like smoke, pinned Elise to the bed, drew the hidden knife, slit her open. Neat line from the chest to gut. No scream escaped. Scooped out the innards, tossed them aside, stuffed the cavity full of dirt and straw and garbage, packed it in, sewed the wound with coarse thread, then gone. Door creaking shut behind her. Dawn broke. Family found Elise alive, writhing, pale. They cut the stitches, straw poured out onto the floor. She lived, a forever changed, touching her middle, whispering about the rustling inside. Frau Perchta doesn't end you. She replaces what's soft and lazy with something that scratches you from within. So if you've been putting things off this season, listen close on those long, dark nights. That scratching at the door might not be the wind. Better finish what you started before she finishes you.
Our last story is the pickle ornament curse. We've heard about the devils at the door and the watchers above and the ancient women with knives, but sometimes the darkest things hide in plain sight, right on your Christmas Eve tree. You know the tradition, right? The glass pickle ornament, hide it deep in the branches. First kid to find it on Christmas morning gets an extra gift. Good luck for the year, I guess you could say. Supposed to be an old German custom. A cute, harmless thing to do, except when it's not. So, a few years back, a normal family, mom, dad, little boy named Eli, 7 years old, loved Christmas more than anything. They hung the pickle like always, deep in the tree, tangled in the lights. That night, house quiet, everyone asleep. Then, faint whisper coming from the living room, soft, kind of childlike, giggling. Eli's mom woke up. Thought it was him sneaking downstairs for presents. She crept to the hallway. Tree lights glowing in the dark, but no Eli, just the whispers. A little bit clearer now. Find me. She stepped closer, and then she saw it. The pickle ornament had moved higher up, deeper in, like someone re-hit it, but the branches weren't disturbed, and there were no footprints, no signs of anything being moved around the tree, so she called for Eli and checked his room. His bed was empty, covers thrown back, window locked, doors locked. Where's Eli? He seemed gone. So, police were called, and they searched. There was nothing, no trace. Back to the tree, Mom reached in, touched the pickle. It was warm, like body, almost like body heat. As if something small had been holding it from the inside. Now, they say the tradition isn't really German at all, it's older. And if the wrong child looks too hard, the pickle looks back, hides something inside, and waits for someone to find it. So, go ahead, check your tree right now. Do you have a pickle ornament? Look close. Is it the same spot it was yesterday? And if you touch it, tell me. Is it cold like glass? Or just a little warm? Anyway, Merry Christmas. Don't look too hard.